Alright, so what do we do now? Well, my nunchuck's deciding what we do apparently. I tried to press A and it moved down here. I guess we're going down here now. Yeah, so we just have like radio left to do. We've got two things to do here. I think I'm gonna go for the time first, actually. Which is a bit different than usual. But, one thing I kind of want to share is, so a thought that just occurred to me right after finishing the last recording session was, man, you know, with all the talk I have about how fun it is going through this game quickly and whatnot, I bet going through a speedrun this, or looking at the speedrun this game would be really fun. And I think I was kind of right. Naturally, you'll usually see people. There's the one already. Ah, no. Oh, I learned what styles do. I don't know if I missed this and the game explained it, but notice how these pipes here are solid color. Now I picked up style, and now they're different. They actually have patterns. So the styles are these patterns you see here. But anyways, so what I ought to be kind of mindful here of how to explain things. So naturally there's some CFs and whatnot too, but the big thing that the big insight I got from looking at other people playing this quickly, and I watched them play through basically everything in the game except for like radio, so I'm still doing this pretty blind, is I'm getting a better understanding of some of the combo mechanics. You might remember how if you defeat lots of enemies in quick succession, or if you paint lots of gradients in quick succession, you'll get a little combo, and that can get you a whole lot more points. And the big thing, actually, for getting points is not so much to get a whole bunch of points from combos, or from, it's not so much to get a whole bunch of points from, again, I'll learn what styles do. It's not to get a whole bunch of points from using a bunch of different colors on a block, although that definitely does help. I also learned a bit more how the block scoring works. But the big thing to do is to get combos for painting stuff. But the way you get combos for painting stuff is by painting multiple things without touching the ground, which I think is kind of I find a little strange. But it's actually really broken if you do. But what that kind of encourages you to do is what you usually see Blob doing in the cutscenes and whatnot, where you actually jump between walls and whatnot. Is doing stuff like this is actually like the way you get lots of points, because you build up big combos with those. Of course, I didn't do a special good job at this now, because you want to get really big combos doing that. It's like find whole city blocks and crawl along the walls. And it's quite possible. Oh yeah, you can't wall right on this game. Thank you, nunchuck. Yeah, that's a problem. You also get a decent number of points from this stuff. From these missions still. I definitely missed one of these silos, which is probably a block I can get. Let me do this real quick. Oh, apparently not. Okay, whatever. Well, unless this all counts as part of it? Maybe. The way that nope, the way the points work for painting lots of, or the way the color bonus works for combos. What? I cannot speak today. The way the color bonus works for blocks, so like you paint everything in a block, is you. There you go. Two colors. You get, of course, a multiplier for how many colors you used, but then you also get a multiplier for how many buildings are in the block. So it's actually not at all worthwhile to try to go for lots of different colors on a small block. But you can get, as you saw in the last level, I think it was, where I could get like a 20,000 point bonus. If you have a really big block, which is anyways easier to paint with a whole bunch of colors simultaneously anyhow. In that case, you get a much bigger multiplier from the number of things that you're painting to start with. I don't remember if these tend to give you that many points transforming these things, but why not? Are we? Now that I know what these styles do, it's fun picking them up. It's up on that side, okay. I need to not hit me if you don't mind. No. Yeah, this stage is probably the hardest one to actually apply the knowledge I've acquired about how you can get tons of points from combos, just in the, because there's not much you can easily get those kinds of combos on here. I'm one paint point short of killing that thing. I've managed to lock on and then not manage to do anything with that. It's annoying. Is there anything? You get multiple tankers here, which is really strange to me. I don't know why they do that. I get all 500 from that, why not? Something constituted a group here. Oh, another thing I learned is that if you're doing an arty mission, actually, being rainbow mode, like right now, will actually automatically paint things the color that they need to be, which is not what I would have expected at all. There you go. See, that got me lots of points just because that was a really big radiant combo. Where are we going here? I can just continue right now, and I think I'll just do that. Could have killed those guys, but I will. You don't give you many points, so it's not that big of a deal. So I'll be able to just continue now, I think. Oh, come on, really? Also, you can move a bit more efficiently, generally, by, Oh, I thought there was this paint here. Is there another combo here you can get? No combo. Yeah, it's not a, Oh, not over there. Soda block. Oh, these things are dark when you paint it. Yeah, not a lot of the way things I can get good combos on right now to actually take advantage of my new knowledge, but I guess we're going through pretty quickly regardless. Alright, now I take off. Unless we will in a second. Anyways, we can just keep moving right now. We have so many points right now, it just feels kind of redundant. Do you have to destroy these things? I don't even remember. Oh jeez, I already have a bronze. Do I even have to do this part? Oh, that's not the place to leave me, game. I think I just leave already. Actually, I've got way more points than I needed. Whoops. Well, whatever, I'll take it. Man, you can just fly through this stage. You need so few points, actually. I didn't realize. I didn't realize how little you needed. But also, yeah, I didn't really get to show off how you can get lots and lots of points if you're good at the wall crawls and so on. Also, how you can do wall crawls and you can do wall jumps and then land back on the same wall. Let's just keep on moving. I don't need that. Could I have just jumped down here? I couldn't quite remember if that was just going to lose your progress or not, because you can fall back to the beginning of the stage if you're not careful. No, the beginning of the ship, I mean. You know, I think he'll just jump straight down here. Oh. Yeah, go jump straight down here. Not too big of a deal, I don't think. This game's not super strict with time, so I think we're okay. Let's just head up to the boss. Yeah, man, you can just fly through the ship. I didn't realize that. I just got all the points I needed before I even got here. Oh, do I need to kill these guys or something? Hold on. There you go. Where's the boss? I know, man. Okay. I need green. There we go. Hey. I'll come back for that. Oh, shoot. Hey. There we go. Oh, that is annoying. That is too. There we go. Okay, him being able to shoot these platforms is quite a pain. Not that he shoots very often, but even so. There we go. Okay, let me do that a few more times. Ow. Could you not do that? Spot appear right on me. Oh. Very nice block-on jump there. Could we... Actually, there we go. Get all the colors we need. I think this boss is some weird combination of somehow feeling kind of underwhelming to me, but also really fun. I can't quite make up my mind on it. I don't know why. Because on one hand, you're just running around and painting blocks. Oops. On the other hand, I think that's the right amount of chaos, kind of, from a bunch of hazards showing up and you having to keep up the pace. Running around in a circle as more and more stuff goes after you. I don't need that time, but whatever, sure. Nope, I need to undo painting that the right color. Just trying to get a bit more paint. I do appreciate that once you've painted all of a particular color, that color goes away. Probably should have kept turning away from him, not towards him. Because then he wouldn't be aiming at me. Not who I wanted to lock onto, thank you. Ah. Dude. That costs 50 paint, right? Yeah. Hold on. I don't know if you eventually run out of time to attack. There you go. Ah, I hate how those fall though, and it leads you easily just falling right into the spikes. No. I need to remember, one thing that is easy to forget is when you are inked, and only when you are inked, you can lock on to the water fountains. Where's the other purple? Ow. I was thinking, okay, let's just go in the middle to... go a little bit faster. But no, that's where it can easily shoot you. Okay. Hey, no check, where are you? Hold on. Oh wait, actually didn't need brown, whoops. Oh, nice wall jump. That is not what I needed. Ah, that wall jump was actually on purpose, and it felt good, except for the fact that we immediately unpainted it. Yeah, so it's gonna fall immediately. I was gonna fall in the spikes anyways. And... okay. At least the way the game prioritizes locking onto enemies, you can lock onto the boss here pretty easily. It would be pretty frustrating otherwise. Okay. There's Transform Engine, and then we get the ending. Which hopefully we can skip through. Under 15 minutes should be good, right? Yeah, sweet. Alright, I don't have time in this episode to do a full run of this level, so I guess what I'll do is I'll say... oh, title screen. Last thing to do is to try to 100% this stage now. So I guess I'll do that next time. Okay. Now, it'll definitely take a bit of effort, but I think we know what went wrong. So we have a better idea of the stage now, because we know where the points of no return are. That's the big thing. And also knowing the stage a bit better, we should probably be able to do a bit better on time. Also, I actually did not get to demonstrate very well how I know you can get a bunch of points from paint combos, which is kind of funny. Kind of want to show on this stage as an example real quick. What does skip tutorials mean in the options? I generally don't know, because it doesn't skip that. I know. What does skipping tutorials mean? Didn't I have that on the options? What? I thought I... Whatever. Can you not skip? Oh, there's a wall here. That's really annoying. You can't skip zip here. I want the zip skip. This is one of those games where a speedrun does involve lots of trying to skip stuff. Yeah. Oh, come on. Why is it cutscenes that make that happen? That makes no physical sense. But you can see how I got 3 times multiply there from painting 3 things without touching the ground. So you learn to do that. It's of course easiest in specific places where you can I have no points, whoops. It's of course easiest in specific spots where you have like streets you can go along. Just jumping down the street from one side to the other. I'm not going to get off a lot of points from this here, just because, again, it's not a very good block. Oh, we'll get some extra points here. But yeah, so lots of things you'll see speedrunners do don't particularly matter for a case like mine, where I'm usually just going for a low in-game time. Because they want to save time in real life, which means things like which means stuff like skipping conversations with people or animations for entering a new area. Just where is a yellow here? I probably could get a decent bonus for this block here. I'm careful about it. There is one oddity. Oh. Which is that you can actually repaint lots of buildings and get some extra points that way. And it's not clear precisely how that works. Okay, that freed people didn't actually count as a block? Why not? Anyways, this next area I think is the one where you can get some circuit combos pretty easily. That's not a very good transform engine. Transform engines don't give you any points on their own. They just give you points for painting lots of stuff around you. But anyhow. So here, you can see... Oh, why could I could not jump. Oh, you need to hold away from the... Oh, that is really, really tough. There we go. I didn't get the wall there, but see how I'm getting, I missed a wall jump there. And then my nunchuck stops working. But you can see how, I was going to multiplayer there. And you get a pretty decent number of points for painting buildings in reality. Of course, this means having to really master the extremely finicky wall jump mechanics, which is quite uncomfortable to do. But if you can pull it off, you can get some really big combos. But just look on the right side of the screen there. You can see how you build up bigger and bigger multipliers. Get those little plus whatever on the right side of the screen. And they turn into like plus 700. You can get a whole bunch of those in a row. So that means you can easily get a whole bunch of thousands in a row. But you also see here how you get some points for repainting stuff. Precisely how much you get for repainting things seems to vary from building to building for some reason. But it's definitely a thing you can do. And how much you can repaint something just seems to be inconsistent. Not sure why it is that way. But anyhow, so really high level play you'll see in this game has you actually jumping between buildings like this to get really big multipliers. Like, see, I got a ×8 there. If you can just like keep that up for a while by repainting stuff over and not by repainting stuff, by painting a whole bunch of buildings for the first time without ever touching the ground, that gives you a pretty massive point bonus that nothing else can really match. And all the better if you get, say, a rainbow tanker and you can then proceed to... yeah. And then get a good color bonus on a block or something like that, but that's not where most of your points come from, like the way I was playing. In practice, you go for a combination thereof, I guess. They like to skip over gates like this, because again, even though it doesn't really cost any time in game timer, it does cost time in real life. Ah, boy. It's a lot harder than it looks trying to get combos like this, but see. I managed to... I was on the ground because I landed on a piece of debris. That's nice. Trees break your combo. That's also another thing. But yes, so you have to do stuff like this. Gets you a whole lot of points. That's kind of fun thing to do. If you see speedrunners do it, it looks extremely broken because they can just jump between a couple buildings and like be done immediately with a part of the game because of how insanely huge the point bonuses are. But it actually is pretty non-trivial to do in practice in a lot of spots. But still, it's satisfying as well. And it's cool how they kind of managed to incorporate the way that they imagine Blob moving and the way they like to depict him moving in the cutscenes. That actually being the way that you get the most points is pretty cool. Alright. No. Cool. That's just the thing I wanted to show off, because I didn't get to show that off at all in the last stage. Okay, so next time, all we have left to do is to try to 100% that stage, and then we'll be done with this game, and then we'll move on. Life will go on. See you then.